They endorsed.
Facebook employees would show up for work every day in our offices.
Whoa, wait a minute. Facebook employees showed up at the Trump headquarters?
Google employees and Twitter employees.
They were embedded in your campaign?
I mean, like, they were there multiple days a week, 3-4 days a week, 2 days a week.
They underpinned.
Donald Trump tonight, the tweet with his taco bowl.
Yeah, breaking news, Donald Trump is tweeting something right now.
A Twitter tirade.
Has he been tweeting again this morning? I just heard.
Yes, he has been tweeting again this morning.
I was just told in my ear we have yet another tweet.
Another tweet from Trump.
When things went out of hand, they ceased.
Facebook Chief Operating Officer Sheryl Sandberg on Monday said the world's largest social media network has no plans to lift its ban on the accounts of U.S. President Donald Trump.
Even a president is not above the policies we have.
The policies she referred to were constituted by a bunch of board members. Was he right? I don't think so. But could a bunch of private enterprises snatch freedom of speech from the sitting president of the United States and silence him? Let me know in the comment section. They control what you see, control what you consume, endorse following some people, limit the reach of other people. They are judge and jury. How did we end up in a place where a few private enterprises dictate terms on the free world? To know, we have to go back in time. Social media began as a platform to engage, for storytelling, for sharing things. The world's first social networking site, Bold, was active between 1996 and 2007. From the late 90s to the late 2000s, social media and search engines were products. Their users were consumers. The twist came when Google discovered a whole bunch of data that wasn't being used. They called it data exhaust, or digital breadcrumbs. Data exhaust is the data generated as a byproduct of people's online actions and choices. Every time you are on the internet, you produce metadata. This metadata includes which sites you use, which buttons you click, the articles you read, and the time you spend looking at different products. Unlike typical big data, the data you willingly grant, like date of birth, name, etc., data exhaust is data collected without your knowledge, like your porn preferences or your shopping habits. They are used to predict things about the user, such as your personality or interests. More importantly, they figure out how they can predict very specific things about their users, like how you are feeling in this very moment, how you might feel in the future. These predictions ended up becoming a goldmine as Google got into the business of carefully crafting and targeting ads whose likelihood of being clicked was now based on behavioral predictions. This was turned to surveillance capitalism. With the assistance of advanced AI, this data is arranged and processed into individual data profiles and sold without your consent. Now, machine intelligence algorithms, or behavioral prediction, produced by your data, has become the product. The user has become the resource who provides the raw material, data. And now the real customers are advertisers. Like any other capitalist who improves his products to stay relevant in the market, even the tech companies keep improving their products. They started to generate and mine as much behavioral data as possible from users. User interactions now serve the purpose. Encourage you to share more data or behave a certain way so that their predictions are fulfilled. A great example of this is the change of Facebook's like button to emoji reactions. If you think Facebook is giving you more options to show how you feel about the post, well, that might be true, but it's not the main purpose. They want as much behavioral data from you as possible. Emoji reactions are aimed at getting more data about your emotions, which allows for much better predictions about your current and future mood. 3.8 billion people use social media, which is almost half of the world. 60% feel like they're being tracked by the internet and believe risks outweigh the benefits.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Zuckerberg, would you be comfortable sharing with us the name of the hotel you stayed in last night?
No.
If you've messaged anybody this week, would you share with us the names of the people you've messaged?
Senator, no, I would probably not choose to do that publicly here.
I think that might be what this is all about.
They know where you live, what you like, what you do for a living, who your friends are. With the mountain of data and advanced AI, which can predict your behavior, they can influence your behavior in the real world through subtle manipulation you would never notice. They can show you posts from fitness influencers with chiseled muscles and make you feel unfit. They could give you ads about perfect fitness products and take advantage of your vulnerability. In 2017, the data of 87 million people was harvested by Facebook and used for political campaigns. Now, people turn to social media for news. Adding a warning label on the biased tweets of a particular political party while ignoring others can swing elections. Big Tech acquired 385 companies just in the USA alone. By acquiring small companies, they're ending any future competition. It's a bit late, but governments across the world are slowly realizing the gravity of the situation. The California Consumer Privacy Act of 2018 and the General Data Protection Regulation of the European Union gives consumers more control over the personal information that businesses collect about them and how it is used and shared. The right to delete personal information collected from them. These rights are by default in the European Union. The right to opt out of the sale of their personal information in California. Following the USA and European Union, countries like India, Australia, New Zealand, and Japan are coming up with their data protection laws. As governments are stepping up, it might end the free run of tech giants, but you can't relax anytime soon. Check out our video on how the internet is turning into an active war zone where countries are fighting psychological and cyber warfare. Click here to watch the full video. If you don't subscribe now, you might never come across this channel again. If you want more interesting content like this, then click on the subscribe button.